Number 5. Luffy defeats Arlong, the Nakama moment. You guys might be asking, how in the hell did this moment beat out the Gear second debut for number 5 spot? Well, for one thing, the way it impacted me in my first read or watch. I believe that Arlong Park is the arc that determines whether you will become a One Piece fan or not. So, the first time I watched this arc, yes, I was an anime only in the past. I was getting intrigued by the story. Then Nami's backstory happened. Luffy gives Nami his hat. Luffy punches Arlong. And then the moment that turned me into a One Piece fan was Luffy defeating Arlong, culminated with, "You will always be my Nakama!" There are so much reasons why I love this moment so much. First, the way Luffy defeated him, by using one of my favorite Gomu no techniques ever, and an underrated one at best. The Gomu Gomu no Ono or ads or whatever you wanna call it. Prior to that scene, Luffy says some epic shit, and I quote, "She can go because the wrong she's here. If she doesn't want to be here, then I'll destroy it all." This whole scene is amazing out of itself. What comes next is as awesome. Luffy, rising up for the debris of another destroying Arlong Park. You know what? See it for yourself. This is a scene that once again shows how that Luffy is an amazing character. And it was at this moment I died. God damn, Luffy's awesome, dude. That's why it's my number 5. Number 4. Gear 4 debut. Putting Gear 4 in the 4th spot. When I was doing my list, I didn't notice the coincidence until after my ordering of my complete list. So, I didn't do that on purpose, I swear. I can already tell some of you are quite surprised. Gear 4 is in the top 5, but not Gear 2nd? What the f? Well, I personally like this moment more than the other. But my biggest reason for liking this moment so much is because of the hype back when I was an anime only watcher. In other words, the way it impacted me in that is the reason why I love this moment so much. Everything started when I was seeing episode 725. I liked the episode, but then the preview for 726 came and oh my gosh, the hype was real. First of all, the animation. It was awesome. Now Toshishida is one of my favorite animators of all time. He has done other moments such as Sabo's Fire Fist in the Colosseum, a Snake Man transformation, a moment that I will talk about later on in the video, Big Spon's family's morphing time, Sanji's race to transformation, etc. And let me tell you, when I saw 726, I was not disappointed. Everything was great. From the transformation itself, Luffy kicking the Flamingo's stringy ass while on the floor. And some of the techniques have cool names too. Kong Gun, Rhino Snyder, Wolverine, Python, and King Kong Gun. And yes, I'm well aware that this form has a time limit, and once that happens, Luffy will temporarily run out of haki. I know that, but nothing is perfect in life, isn't it? The Flamingo was getting demolished during this part of the fight. If it wasn't for this use of awakening to start Luffy, the Flamingo could have been defeated right there and there. That's why this is number 4. Number 3. Luffy punches Charlos. It's not surprising that this moment is in my top 3, since it's one of the most iconic and satisfying moments in all of One Piece. Where do I begin? You know what? Let me ramble a little. First, I hate the Celestial Dragons. I know they were written to be deplorable, and that's good. The writers did a good job in making these motherfuckers look so despicable. But now I'm come close to Saint Charlos. Yeah, this ugly Fred Flintstone looking bitch right here. This fool is a pure Celestial Dragon through and through. The moment he appeared on screen, I immediately wanted him dead on the floor, crying like a little pussy. Zoro had a chance to cut him up, but was stopped by Bad Bunny. Let's get to the point, shall we? During the Action House incident, Charlos shot Hachi, and like the asshole he is, jumps of joy and happy that he got a free fish. It didn't sit well with Luffy, and I throw Hachi and Starfish, warn him not to touch his little dragon. Monkey D. Luffy literally didn't give a fuck, and he delivered one of the most coolest and most satisfying punches in anime history. From anime to manga, Luffy gained the son of a bitch his comeuppance. I love this moment so much because it not only made me happy to see such fiends get their well deserved, but also because it shows that Luffy will not tolerate any bullshit from anybody. Even if you're gods of the world government, if you piss him off, you'll be damn sure to say your prayers, because this goat will make you eat dirt. And that is why this is my third favorite Luffy moment. Number 2. Luffy versus the 3 admirals. I want to say that this moment is probably underrated, but I am not completely sure. F that! Underrated or not, this moment is still amazing. Once again, Luffy shows his determination and balls by challenging the 3 admirals at that time, Kizaru, Aokiji, and Akainu! To have some brief context, Luffy's adopted brother Ace, who's the son of Gold D. Roger, the king of the pirates, was captured by Blackbeard and taken to prison to be ready for execution. After the Sabaody incident and other stuff, Luffy finds out about his brother's fate and he decides to go rescue him. When he got to Marineford, his ultimate goal was to rescue Ace, which he succeeded. But yeah, we all know how the story ended. Luffy, arriving in the most badass way possible courtesy of Jinbei, stands against the admirals while holding a huge log, mind you, and as he throws that log at them, he yells, "Give Ace back!" Aokiji freezes that log. Luffy performs Gomu Gomu no Stamp Gatling Gun. Such a badass scene for sure. I almost forgot. Remember when I said that there was another Nato Shishira scene coming up in the list? This is it. The animation during the whole scene was marvelous. Overall, this scene shows how far Luffy would go to rescue his brother, and that's why this is my second favorite Luffy moment of all time. Before we get to number 1, first, some honorable mentions. Gigan Pistol on Lucci. Luffy gets his Pro Hat Tsunami. Luffy protects Iruk's flag. Conqueror's Haki in Marineford. Luffy knocks out 50,000 fishmen. Gigan Rifle on an arrow. Tell me you want to live moment. Clashing Conqueror's Haki with Duffy. Luffy's speech in Iron Person. Luffy's speech to Sanji in Whole Cake. And the Snake Man debut. So, let's get to number 1. Number 1. Jet Gatling Gun against Lucci. It isn't that surprising to have this moment as number 1. Water 7 and his lobby is my favorite One Piece arc. And just so you know, this technique is one of my favorites too. Once again, where do I begin? Let's start with what's at stake in this fight. The Straw Hats declare war against the world government in order to prove how far they would go for one Nakama, Nico Robin. To reach her, they have to fight CP9. Focusing on Luffy vs Lucci. Luffy knew pretty damn well that if he didn't defeat Rob Lucci, the pigeon dude would find his crew and kill them. Plus Robin would never be rescued and she might also be killed. After one amazing fight, Luffy in gear 2nd, after being hit by another Rakugan, and still doesn't give up and prepares for one last powerful move that should defeat Lord Lucci once and for all. The Gomu Gomu no Jet Gatling Gun. Luffy tries to do a full power Tekai, but that was completely in vain. Luffy finishes his ass off in the most intense way possible. I love this moment so much for 2 reasons. 1. This once again shows Luffy's unwavering determination to defeat an opponent in order to save one Nakama. Luffy's line of, "I'm going to beat you, and I will fall until I do," pretty much solidifies the statement. 2. The voice acting. My god, both Mayumi Tanaka and Colin Clinkerbeer did an amazing job portraying the Jet Gatling Gun. The intensity of it is just wow. Huge props for both of them, and that's why This is my favorite Luffy moment of all time. Well, that's the end of my list. What do you guys think? Did you enjoy it? What are your favorite Luffy moments that didn't put on the list? Comments down below and let me know. So, subscribe to my channel, and also subscribe to my second channel, AniMERCI, for more. And also follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow me. So, Mercy Jambe is out. Au revoir.